You can rest assured my woman's no food. She can tell I've been loving you. Stealing your love is getting harder and harder. The excuses I've been giving just won't hold water. I'm running out of love lies. Hi guys. Y'all see this color? Yes, look at this color. This color is absolutely beautiful, 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 beautiful. So this is spandex fabric, and they be having a lot of this fabric. It be so gorgeous, but this fabric is made kind of like that scarf like material. So I'm not for sure what it's called. So remember I told you at one point I felt like I wanted to go and work at a fabric store just to get experience on the fabric, so that when you go to the fabric store and they lay it out, they name fabric after fabric after fabric after fabric after fabric. They name stuff out. Okay, they name it out. So with this, y'all know my crisscross shirt. These shirts, I love them for the bigger boobs. It give you that support where you don't be feeling like it's gonna fall out and drop it like it's hot. And then these, to get these different type of little floppy, I do the squares, and I don't close the bottom of the shirt. I do the squares, and that would give you this like this handkerchief type look. It'll give you that handkerchief like look. Can you let me finish, please? Thank you. So to give you that handkerchief like look. So then when it came to the pants, I make the pants fitted, waist, hips, and then when I get to the crotch, I will start to extend it to make it this kind of wide leg. This hat I got from Amazon. I'm feeling like Inspector Gadget. Do 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 do. Go Gadget, go. Yes, I'm feeling like Inspector Gadget. So, or Bishop Don Juan. Y'all know him and his greens. Okay. So yes, I created this. So if you want to create it, y'all know that handy dandy fabric that I did. And if you want to have it more dramified, make it more dramified. So guys, I asked y'all a question yesterday. I'm like, when I do the clothes, I'm telling y'all how I made it and different stuff like that. And a lot of times I would go into the series of story time. Okay. So today I want to do a real life story time, just kind of how we got to be aware. Okay, we got to be aware. I remember a long, 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 long time ago, and at this time, I don't think they had, well, they probably did had a GPS in the phones or whatever. But I met this young lady, and she was in front of a store, and she was in front of a store, and she's a beautiful young lady. But she told me she was going through something. She was recently came down to Minnesota and moved kind of with her boyfriend, and she was going through a hard time. You know how people be standing up in front of the grocery store, and she was like, she just hungry, she just needs something to eat and stuff like that, and she really didn't have nowhere to go, and she was going through some things. I'm like, okay, so I wind up giving her money to get something to eat, and I felt repelled to give this lady my number. And I was like, if you ever really need some help or just somebody to talk to, just call me. So I gave her my number, and I would say about 9, 10 o'clock at night, she started calling my phone, crying and telling me she's going through something and she needed help. She needed to leave the location where she was at. And then she said she had an aunt or something here. But remember earlier at the store, she told me she didn't have absolutely no family. And she was in Minnesota with a guy that she met. So I got up and I started getting dressed because I was repelled to help this young lady. But all of a sudden I got the instinct and something like, that just that intuition. Some said, don't go. Don't go. So I wind up, she gave me the address and she told me that she was at somebody's house. She gave me this address. So when I got the address, I'm like, okay, I got the address, and I started putting it in the GPS and MapQuest. She gave me the address to a park. We have these different parks and stuff like that. She had literally gave me the address to a park, and it was like 9, 10 o'clock. So the parks in Minnesota close. So when you get to these parks, you going around this windy road, it's dark back there. The parks is closed. You're kind of like on the particular park that she was trying to lead me to. It was just like a deserted type park that a woman shouldn't want to be there by herself at night. So I wound up not going. And then I looked at the news the next day, and they were saying that it was young ladies luring women and men to be robbed and assaulted. That they was, and luring people. And I was like, oh my God. And I had came in contact with that young lady, and I was literally gonna go and help her, and something just told me don't go. But like I said, when I put that address in the MapQuest, and I'm like, why is she giving me the address to a fucking park? And it's pitch black there. So it kind of dawned on me that something was not right about that. And this probably was like about 2013, around this time. So I'm just saying this to say to anybody, we might want to help people, but just use our discernment. And if you get that urge on don't go, just don't go. That's an intervention, and God trying to tell you that's not right. So a lot of time we want to help people, but sometimes it's not the best interest. So if you find yourself in situations, refer them to call 911. You know what I mean? Then because sometimes we can put ourselves in a position where we're trying to help. And it's prompted me to talk about this. I saw a story on YouTube where the lady was friends with a lady, and this lady was going through something for real in real life, and she went to try to help her friend, and the unthinkable happened, y'all. The unthinkable happened. Her trying to help her friend caused her to tragically, be taken away from trying to go and help, and the friend is still alive. But just when you're dealing with these domestic situations and these people, you don't know how angry these people is or what's going through. I always try to let the police intervene, because sometimes we could be putting ourselves in dangerous situations. So I hope you guys like this outfit, but that was story time for the day. Something I wanted to share. So ladies, if we find ourselves, even men, and you get that intuition, don't go. Don't put yourself in a situation where it can be harmful to you. So I hope you guys are having an awesome Tuesday. And this is my Inspector Gadget. Go, Gadget, go. Bye, guys.